What is that?
Are you guys done with the war?
With what? With the war?
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
Armenia
done.
and
Yeah,
Azerbaijan.
we're
Wasn't
done,
there
yeah.
some like issues?
We got our lands back. So we've been
It was
waiting for
over land?
20. No, not 20. What the fuck am I saying? 30 years.
30
we've been
years?
waiting, yeah.
So what happened in that? I don't even know that much about the.
It's basically if I had to make it short,
Yeah.
it's the land, that we border with Armenia.
Mhm.
There's a piece of land that belonged to us.
This is your Kosovo.
Correct, exactly. And they took it when the reason Soviet Union collapsed. It started with a lot of things, but civil wars between
Amongst the smaller tribes.
They started a lot of civil wars, and one of them was ours. I think it even started with ours. I think that was the first one, Armenia, Azerbaijan. They basically were like, okay, we're taking it, and they took it by force. They, killed a lot of our people. This is like, people have no idea, but this is our history. Like, you go to downtown Baku in Azerbaijan, it's like
it's felt.
It's felt, and it's all like we have the the cemetery. We have cemetery that's like for people. Like it's like right there. It's all like basically cemetery. Like we have for all the people who died in that, and we have like a fire that is never-ending fire for them. We have like the
in remembrance,
exactly. And it's all in downtown. You can go and visit.
So how do you feel about this? This stuff is strange to me. Like, why do you want to keep remembering this?
I mean,
why are you stuck on this?
Well, because
is there nothing else that we have done to each other that's not as important as this?
So,
like, forget about this shit. Let's move on. That's it.
Well, that's a very good question. Now, the biggest problem is that we're very butthurt because it was taken from us and it's theirs, right? And
I understand this very well. It's the same thing down there in Balkans.
Right.
Yeah,
but now we got it back. And we're quite proud because a lot of them are very ancient lands that belong to us. Because the thing is, like, when they took that piece of land, they took a bunch of other land with it. There were all the neighboring villages were taken as well.
How does one claim land?
Well, officially, it's not even like theirs. So for 30 years, for 30 years after that, we gave it to them. Here's the thing: our president who became now it's his son, is the president Aliyev, right?
To make things okay, to make things good, he gave him some land.
Exactly. He was like, okay, you know what? The war is
over.
Take
this shit,
because we're not ready for it. We were not, we're
not gonna fight you.
Exactly. Take it.
Yeah.
For now, for next 30 years, we've had healthy.
Competition.
Negotiations. Over the land. So because officially by the international law, by UN, the land, the name, the official state of the land has been it's Azerbaijani lands conquered by Armenians. That's what it was by law. So Armenia is supposed to give it back by law, but okay. They're like, all right, we're not giving it back. Like, what is?
Who gives a shit about your international law?
Exactly. So that's what it's really been. But here's the key. For the last 30 years, Azerbaijan has been working on their army very, very hard.
Yeah, I saw it. So that was the display.
So last year we were like, all right, international law, it's ours.
Here's what
we're going to take it back by force, and no country in the world can get involved because we're not breaking any law.
So how come you are for force when it's for Azerbaijan, but you are against force when it's commies and socialists?
Because I'm a flawed person, just like everybody else. Because
when Stalin is like, you're going to do this, you're like, no.
So here's the thing. The thing is, like, we are humans. And I hate the argument where it's like, well, why do we have to fight? Why do we all have to? Why can't we just be peaceful, right? But the thing is that conflicts are very complex. Every time you have 100%. A conflict with your sister, with your brother, with your mother, they're very difficult.
Complex,
There's a lot of emotion. We have emotional attachments to it. They're not as black and white. It's not like I took your toy and you were angry. It's more than that. Sometimes it's historical. Sometimes there's more to that.
And what is emotion? Like, what is even emotion?
Emotion. It's personal. Once you hurt me, you hurt my brother. It's personal. That's all it is. So it's the country. You killed my people. Now it's personal. Like, Armenia can't get over the Turkey genocide that Turkey says
that they did. Yeah, I know.
100 years.
Yeah.
They're
I mean, even in the Balkans, the same thing. They can't get over the Ottoman rule.
Ukraine, Russia now, Palestine, Palestine, Israel. It's always the neighboring countries have issues. It's just,
but why keep peddling
except
this
Canada
shit?
and US.
Why keep peddling this shit? I mean, we're in 2020, right? My fucking phone can do all kinds of crazy things. Why are you keep peddling to me this about the past and all the idiotic things that we've done? Like 100%. The past is the past, and it's idiotic because it's the damn past, and we did stupid shit. Let's go.
But the thing is, like, when the issue is not hopefully now the lands are ours. Like, officially, the war is over. So
but now
in 30, 40 years, maybe they'll start going back to each other's place and visit each other. In 100 years, they'll be friends again. But the thing is that it's too, like, we just fought.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it's the same thing in the
issue,
Balkans.
But the issue hasn't been resolved. Has barely been resolved.
Yeah, and they say it takes a couple of generations to move on.
Exactly.
From this.
So that's really that. Look at Jewish people; they live fine in Germany, But I'm pretty sure that wasn't the case 50, 100, like whatever, 1947. That wasn't, the case. Like.
So conflict, conflict where it can't escape.
And when we say conflict of, like, not just one person, but like a country and a group, where, like, the whole new generation read that in like, I was born in 1990, so I didn't see the war really, but I was taught that quite well because, like, I remember I was in 3rd grade. And the commission, the school commission, is gonna come today to test you guys. Not on math. That's what I thought. It would be like, oh my God, I gotta get my math together.
Baby.
It would be like, who are our enemies? And we were like, Armenia. Like, everybody knows that shit. Like, I'm not kidding. This is a real thing. That's happened to me. I will never forget it. It's crazy, but
So this is when it reminds.
But guess
that
what? But they raised very brave people who last year went to fucking war. Everybody 100%. Went with pleasure. Nobody was like, oh fuck. People went like fucking like insane. Like, it was quite supportive. Everything, like, honestly, I've never seen my country so supportive and so united
together. Like
as I see it last year.
But
it was emotional to me, and I get emotional now. Sitting here, I'm like, oh my God, like.
But Hitler did the same thing,
Like what?
Well, he gathered everybody and everybody in this kind of unison, and because we are attacked and we're the underdogs, and people are after us, and Jews are taking all the money, and people are like, okay, let's get them.
Well, but the problem is that people agreed or disagreed. You have dictatorship.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you get to this fucking point, bro? How do you get to this point where you're like, you know what? Let's go. I mean, I guess life. I guess life is fucking crazy and complex. But man, I come from it. I come from this place of conflict, and growing up, I was surrounded by it, but it doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
unless money. Well, more money is involved, value, economy, and all that stuff than things.
Yeah, I think a lot of times that is involved. That is.
It's huge. Yeah.
I mean,
it's a competition also. Like, it's a competition of, and there was this dude I was listening to also on a podcast, and he was talking about, in like 20, 30 years, that we won't have any more human casualties from war. That is going to come to a place where it's about technology.
Yeah.
It's about drone versus drone.
Yeah.
And who's better is better. And they get the prizes, they get the loot and whatever. And that's it. I mean,
that's better.
Go fight in the desert somewhere. Whoever wins,
I mean, the thing is, like, conflict is so, and this is my thing with the like that argument of like, why can't we just all be friends, right? Like, the thing is, like,
kumbaya.
But those people, a lot of those people I know who are like preach that, right? Or say they don't have good relationship with their brothers. They don't have good relationship with their mothers. Like,
but this is why
they fix that.
This is why they preach that. You see. Because it's personal, it's internalized. Yeah. So then you're just projecting what you think are the solutions onto things.
It's like, well, I can't fix my relationship with my mom because, well, that's unfixable. Well, you won't fix Azerbaijan-Armenian conflict neither.
But, I mean, and then this notion of fixing, like, we really think that there's fixing something. It's an ongoing thing.
Sure.
Time.
It's maintenance. How about that?
Maintenance. Yeah, you're handling it. You're taking care as much as you can.
Any moment it could go.
Bro,
sure.
Like, we in the Balkans, we were brothers. There weren't things that,
dude, Armenians, Azerbaijanis were brothers.
Same shit. Yeah, I'm sure. And overnight, this guy said this guy said that. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, that's it.
We're blowing up mosques. We're destroying each other. We're killing each other. Like, what the fuck?
But here's the thing. What I was gonna say is that like conflict is so important to our nature, to our animalistic nature. Like it's just there, and you can, no matter how, we are hardwired to some of these things like jealousy, things like love, hate. Like we're all hardwired to that. That's not something we have control of. These are our animalistic instincts.
Yeah, that you feel.
And conflict
Yeah.
is that too. Like you see, like two dogs. Like I like making examples of like animals because we are the same way. Simplified, exactly. Like you have like animals usually have. I forget what it's called, but I say either they flee or they attack. Right, or they fight. Yeah. It's not. No, there's never a middle. There's never like negotiate. It's either animal runs away and like accepts defeat, or it tries to fight back. Right. That's it. There's no second nature. That's why with dogs. You see that very clear,
okay, fine.
And we do the same.
Fine.
Kind of.